So let me get this straight, am I the only one feeling like I'm lost when the pressure's off? Will I ever stop? Can I break my habit, hate everything about it? Some say static only gets you if you let it, but nothing is a promise and a chance is magic. Take one, take a million, never mind those who don't have it. Don't give up, give up. Don't give up, give up. So I'm lost again, I've gone every direction, expecting a lesson, but left with questions like where do I fit? Should I put down the pen, cause comfort is in, according to my family and friends. Should I let this one go? Farewell to my dreams and welcome to hell. Until I'm left with nothing else, then the tears start to swell. Gotta stop thinking, I keep telling myself, don't give up, give up. They tell me, give up the dreams, give up the love, give up the hope. Where did your life go? Why can't you follow? I said, look at yourself, look at your life, look out below. You got 5 years to go before you lose control. That's why I listen to my soul. They tell me everything's been done at least once, and anything you can do, trust us, they can do better. Passions are a playtime, don't quit your day job. Oh, it's never once paid the bills. Painters never turn the white canvas to a house in the hills. With those lids will give you chills like an artist who inspired desire in me to be like him is fire.
Hello, hello, hello. Can everybody hear me? It's been a while. Let me know in chat if you can freaking hear me. I got some things to cover. It's been a while since we've done this, but today seemed a little too important. I also gotta wait for the lag, I forgot. Cool, hear me. And it doesn't sound weird, because I got a noise gate on there, because my air conditioner, it's hot as hell in here. Cool, 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 cool. Good deal. All right, so, okay, so today YouTube made an update that pretty much affects everybody that wants to be a YouTuber or is already a YouTuber, and it has to do with monetization, and that's what we're going to cover. So a lot of you in the Discord have already seen the announcements, but today we're going to cover them. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. If you're not in the Discord, discord.gg/johnscott, feel free to join. It's free. I posted this as soon as I caught it at 6 minutes. As soon as I saw YouTube creators post it, I was watching it and I'm like, shit, everybody's going to watch this. And then like 10 minutes after that, Creator Insider posted Renee Ritchie's take on it. And so everybody started asking questions in general, like who does it affect and what am I going to do? Is it worth doing shorts? Should I move to long form? That sort of stuff. And so those are the questions that I want to answer. I want to answer all of your questions because this is important. It sucks. I will say though, if there's ever been a time for you to bust ass on YouTube, now is the time before February, okay? If you really want to make this happen, bust ass before February. I'll be here trying to help you as much as I possibly can. So one thing I will say before we get started is a lot of you have been so worried about getting monetization. If you're barely making the 4,000 hour mark, just know you might not have made all that much money. You were aiming for that goal, but really what you want is consistent longevity. You know, you want to be able to get past that goal easy, because then you actually make the money you're looking to make. Just getting monetized because you say you're monetized, I don't know about you, but I feel like the good part about getting monetized is making money, right? I mean, if you just want to tell people I got monetized, then that's cool. But just know, and I'm saying this from personal experience, when I got monetized on the Hey John Scott channel, it took 2 years before I made my first $100, okay? Pretty serious, because I just I hit it with one video. It was that 70s show iceberg video, and then I couldn't make something else that could do those numbers, and so all the numbers that it did got me into monetization, and then it kind of flatlined after that because that was the end of the, people had watched it, it was done. And then after that, because I didn't have anything else come out that was as hard hitting as that, I didn't make $100 for the first 2 years. And so the goal is nice to go for, but what you really want to do is build something that could pass it easy. And so I want to make that pretty clear, because it's tough regardless to make money. Now it's a little harder. But what I will say is that now that YouTube has raised this, you know what? Let's just get into it first. I got a lot to say, and then we're gonna answer questions and stuff like that. VIPs. 3 o'clock, well, in an hour, I'll be doing the reviews like we do all the time. I'm just going to do them here for all the VIPs. And if somebody could let them know in the Real Creator chat, that would be awesome. Yep, okay. Okie doke. So, yeah, tell them to just come here instead of in the Discord event. Okay, so let's open up those. Let me close Ludwig here. Let's open up those thingies. First, we're gonna do YouTube, the Creator Insider, or no, we're gonna do YouTube Creators first. Then we're gonna do Creator Insider. We're gonna watch them.
We're introducing new.
Watch them in the order that I did, because this one's really fast, and then the other is it goes into more detail. So first, I need to know that you guys can hear this.
Updates to the YouTube Partner Program.
Just let me know if you could hear that or not.
If you're
You should be able to. And let me know if it's too loud. Okay. Call me crazy, but that 90-day threshold feels like a hyper-optimized decision made with AI to maximize profit. Ooh, I got something to say about that, but we'll wait until afterward. Okay, you can hear it. Great. Thank you. All right. Yeah, there is an AI element involved. Nobody's really talked about it yet. I mentioned it to the VIPs. No, I mentioned it to the mods. I have like a little bit of a theory I'd like to go into, but we'll do that later. Okie doke. Let's watch this shit.
We're introducing new updates to the YouTube Partner Program. If you're a creator who's currently in the program, you'll need to review and accept new terms by January 31st, 2027 to keep earning. If you're a creator who's looking to apply to the program, there are new eligibility requirements you'll need to know. There are also changes to the way the Shorts creator pool is being distributed.
Okay, that, by the way they said that, I thought that it was going to be a different split between the Shorts pool and the music licensing, which I talk about a lot, which is like split 50-50, but it's not. It's a lot simpler, right? It's just the 20 million. Also, when I first saw this, they said it's not going to affect anybody that's already monetized. A lot of you aren't monetized, so I know that that doesn't apply, but for those that are, obviously it doesn't matter. I will say this channel that we're watching on right now, Hey John Scott, here, let me just show you. I get millions of views when I post a short on here. I haven't posted a short in months, so this will get demonetized soon. Well, by February, right? Because I'm not posting on it anymore. So yeah, my watch hours and views and stuff. I mean, if I started posting on it again, maybe I could keep it, but yeah, that's it. Like, I've got this monetized channel, and because I'm not doing anything with it, it'll get demonetized eventually.
Also changes to the way the Shorts creator pool is being distributed. And we're introducing new revenue streams like Premium Lite and targeted incentive programs.
I gotta say, I think I speak for most of us when I say I don't care. I don't care about any of that.
With these changes, our total investment in creators remains unchanged. In fact, we expect to pay even more to creators in 2027 than we did in 2026. Let's walk through what's changing. First, we're updating the YouTube Partner Program entry requirements that unlock ads and premium revenue sharing for new creators. While YouTube has grown to billions of monthly viewers, the YPP entry thresholds have remained mostly unchanged. To reflect the growth of YouTube, starting February 1st, 2027, entry thresholds for new creators are 1,000 subscribers and either 8,000 qualified watch hours in the last 12 months, or 20 million qualified shorts views in the last 90 days.
Okay, to just update everybody, so it doubled essentially. Before it was 4,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers. That was for the long form, and then it was 10 million qualified shorts views in 90 days. And so now it's doubled, and you got to bust ass. But like I said before, that starts on February 1st. So if you got some momentum already, you could hit that if you got some momentum already, you could hit monetization before that, and you probably won't have to worry about these new qualifications. Okay.
If you're already in YPP, your status is not impacted.
You said, okay, it does seem like 8,000 watch hours is insane, but I swear it's so easy once you like. It doesn't sound easy, right? But once you like get into the groove, you pass it so fast. It's just it's so insane. But like to get there, you just gotta find what people really want from your content, and you'll find a format. And that's it, man. Once you get there, it's kind of like they always say, 0 to 10,000 subscribers is tough. 10 to 100,000 is a little easier. And then 100,000 to 1 million is so easy. And I think it kind of works the same with as you get through the watch hours. Okay, sorry.
Impacted by this update. There are no changes to the eligibility requirements for fan funding, YouTube creator partnerships, or YouTube shopping. These products will continue to help creators start their earning journeys when they reach 500 subscribers, 3,000 qualified watch hours in the last year, or 3 million qualified shorts views in the last 90 days. Next, to earn ads and premium revenue share for shorts each month, creators will need to maintain 10 million qualified shorts views over the last 90 days. If your business is already seeing similar shorts views, this change is unlikely to impact your earnings. Importantly, this update will not impact your overall YPP status, nor will it impact other YPP revenue streams like long-form video ads. While you'll need to meet minimum thresholds to earn ads and premium revenue share for shorts, we're also adding new targeted incentive programs to ensure.
Okay, for anybody curious, let's go look at like a couple million view videos and see what that premium share is, right? I'm just like, sometimes, oh, there's that 70 show iceberg thing. I'm just wondering, like, oh, here, look, okay, 238,000, and it made $489 eventually, but that was over years, right? All right, so we go to shorts. Let's look at a high performer, and then we should be able to see the premium share. It just, from what I remember, it was never anything really. How you make money, shorts feed ads, YouTube premium. Okay, 285 out of almost $7,500. 3.8% of it. Okay, so it is something, but like you kind of have to make a shitload for it to mean anything. And so when I see them talk about it, I am just like, it's like, it feels like you're just talking about it to say something else. You know what I mean? But look, they're the platform that pays us the most. I'm happy with them. Like, it is what it is. Yeah.
Ensure creators have more ways to earn, especially those just starting out.
Mild flex. That ain't in my bank account now. That was a while ago.
These programs will include things like bonuses for YouTube shopping, incentives for brand deals, and earnings boosts for cultural trend activations. They're designed to reward you based on things like your growth and engagement rates, not just your total views. Engagement rates.
I need to back that up. What was that about culture?
Deals and
okay, bonuses for shopping. We a lot of us know about that. I did point out to Kampersky that you can add a little here. If you go to shorts, I'll just show you what to do when you unlock the start of monetization. You can go to your shorts and then add, or you can tag a product basically. So let's just go here to details, scroll down, and then you can do, man, I forget, invite a collaborator. Oh, you know what? It's on your phone. That's right. We found it. So you basically scroll down and you can tag a product on your phone, and then it makes that little pop-up on the screen. And so that's kind of what this incentive, the bonuses for shopping is.
Earnings boosts for cultural trend activations.
As for brand deals, I've yet to see one that was like really useful. I mean, YouTube kind of works on these brand deals between, I feel like this is going to grow more for YouTube because right now it's not been enticing.
Activations. They're designed to reward you based on things like your growth and engagement rates, not just your total views. We'll share specific criteria and how to opt in soon. Plus, we're expanding Premium Lite to all countries where Premium is available. Premium Lite offers ad-free, offline, and background viewing outside of music and shorts. For creators, this means bringing in a more leaned-in viewer audience that can actively contribute to your subscription earnings.
Are any of you paying for premium light and not premium? I'm just curious, because like I bought into the family thing because like I don't know, the premium light, it just seems like I don't know, useless to me, I guess, but I don't know.
When a user signs up for premium, on average, partners earn more than when the user was watching ads. We're also updating our terms to support new Shorts ad formats. In the future, if a brand targets an ad to 5 or fewer specific channels, you'll be able to earn direct revenue from those placements on top of the existing Shorts creator pool.
Okay, I gotta say, that's pretty fucking sweet. So Derek, for instance, somebody is advertising mowers, or like a certain, like, I don't know, Valvoline is advertising their oil, and they target lawnmower companies or something like that. It'll go to you specifically. Like, people can use you to target specifically, and then YouTube shares that revenue with you and you only. That's like pretty cool. So if you have some sort of like very specialized niche business, like for me, if Lovable wanted to target me and my viewers, that would be pretty sweet, because I built the thing with Lovable. And so, yeah, I think that that's really interesting, especially if they're going to do dynamic brand deals. So they're just saying they don't want new creators anymore. That's not what they're saying. They are saying they don't want something, but I'll get into that.
For a creator in the YouTube Partner Program,
they're not saying it, but I'm going to.
Currently, you'll need to review and accept these new terms by January 31st, 2027 to keep earning. You may see terms around watch page monetization, Shorts monetization, and fan funding monetization. For creators who enabled fan funding features like channel memberships or super chat before 2023, you may still be on an older version of the terms. To keep our legal terms...
Okay, so I don't think the rest is interesting. It's just how to accept it. So let's go over to Renee's take here. Just to recap, everybody that's catching up, we'll recap over what the deal is again.
YouTube is updating the YouTube Partner Program, including revenue sharing for Premium Lite, new Shorts incentives, and updated YPP entry thresholds for ads and premium revenue sharing. Hello Insiders, I'm Rene Ritchie, a longtime creator now working at YouTube, and here's what is and isn't changing. Since the YouTube Partner Program launched, the ecosystem has grown massively. There are so many more creators, channels, and formats, and so much more content. To make sure YPP scales, remains sustainable, provides investment in new creator incentives, and continues to reward active engagement in meaningful ways, YouTube is introducing 3 updates that will take effect on February 1, 2027. And with these updates, YouTube actually expects to pay out even more to creators overall in 2027 than it will in 2026. First, YouTube is expanding Premium Lite to every country where standard YouTube Premium is available. This gives viewers more ways to watch creator content uninterrupted, offline, and in the background. And more premium means higher...
Premium Lite it doesn't apply for Shorts and music. So if somebody only watches long form, I could see why they would want Premium Lite. I get that, I guess. I'll back up on what I said earlier.
Potential earnings for creators, because on average, creators earn more when a viewer watches via premium than they do from standard ads. For standard YouTube Premium, creators share in a pool representing 30% of net subscription revenue, with the rest accounting for YouTube Music Premium and music rights. For Premium Lite, because this tier doesn't include the music app, creators share in a much larger pool representing 60% of net subscription revenue. From those pools, revenue splits remain exactly the same. 55% for long form and...
Okay, so I'll try to summarize what the pool thing is. So it says pool allocation, pool calculation, all this stuff. How this works is YouTube, when it comes to Shorts, YouTube pays 50% to creators and 50% to music licensing. That's why you can add whatever music you want to Short, and it won't copyright claim you. It'll just say Shorts policy on it, right? And so if you use Epidemic Sound, it'll just say Shorts policy. It's not taking your money. It's just saying that they are getting money from the music pool, not your money, right? And so let's say somebody like me goes and he makes your own song, and you go distribute it on DistroKid, and it gets into the YouTube creator whatever, and then you use that song on your 1 million view video, then you get both pools, 50-50. And so that's what I did, but it's really difficult for YouTube to pick up that song, like if you use it. But if I go to DistroKid, I could show you like how much I earned off of the ones that it did pick up on. Anyway, what they're saying here is premium is still that 50-50, but premium light, since they don't have to pay for the shorts music, you're getting more from that premium light. But that just depends on how many people use premium light, right? 60% of that. So I know that that probably doesn't mean anything, but when I see something like this, I'm like, holy shit, that would overwhelm me if I didn't know what the hell's going on.
45% for Shorts. That's YouTube Premium and Premium Lite. Next, YouTube is updating how Shorts revenue is distributed. If you are already earning significant revenue from Shorts, you probably won't notice an impact from these changes.
Unless you're not making them. Wait, what do you say?
If you are already earning significant revenue from Shorts.
Okay, he said significant. So, for example, my channel right here. The hell happened? My channel right here. Since I'm not earning significant revenue anymore, $18 isn't significant, right? For the past month, I've earned 18 bucks because I haven't uploaded. This one will probably get demonetized. Just letting everybody know. I saw Peanut YT say, you won't make money from old shorts. And that's, in this instance, that is true. And also because YouTube doesn't really surface old shorts anymore if they're not bringing them money. Now, since YouTube will have new ways to advertise on shorts, I don't know how that'll work. But you know, like once your short has, it's like none of my shorts are making money anymore because everybody saw them, right? The millions of views or whatever. Like it doesn't want to surface it again. I've tried to get them to resurface them by changing thumbnails and titles and hashtags just to experiment. But no, when YouTube is done with a short, it's done, right? At least that's how it is now. It didn't used to be, but I think that if you're not putting out consistent shorts, they don't care.
You probably won't notice an impact from these changes. Starting February 1, 2027, creators will need to maintain a baseline of 10 million qualified short views over the trailing 90 days to participate in shorts ads and premium revenue sharing. If a channel dips below that 10 million baseline, it absolutely will not be dropped from YPP, and its long-form monetization, ads, and premium will stay completely active. But to better, more meaningfully support channels under that 10 million baseline, YouTube is launching new targeted incentive programs. Instead of just relying on the traditional ads model, smaller and growing channels will have new ways to earn based on community milestones. This includes things like YouTube shopping bonuses, targeted incentives for brand deals, earnings boosts for participating in and starting cultural trends. And YouTube will be sharing the exact opt-in criteria for these new programs soon. That's Shorts revenue sharing and...
I don't know what this cultural trends thing is, but I think they're kind of following the Instagram thing where you get creator bonuses for doing certain things. So, yeah, there's a third vid with some other guy and Renee. Oh, yeah, I know, I saw that, but I don't think it has anything to do with this. They released it like 20 minutes after this one, right? This one right here. YouTube part. Oh no! Holy shit! Interesting. We'll bring that up. But yeah, so that's that. That's all I was going to say.
Next.
Oh, okay. So here's the deal. Here's what I was going to say. Let's say, you know how am I going to explain this? YouTube has had a problem with a lot of slop lately, right? We all know that. They have demonetized a ton of channels on accident because they keep doing these waves of demonetizations. They always get something wrong in demonetizing, and it's been happening since July of last year. And they do it in waves, and then people get over it, and then they do another one. Like December 17th, I think, was the biggest one besides July or January 29th. And so if you go on Twitter and you see who tags at Team YouTube, you'll see all these people, I got demonetized. And like 99% of them are slop channels. They're doing ranking shit. They're doing edits with a Z. They're doing clipping that have clips that already exist on YouTube, or they're clipping like Marvel movies or something. They're doing the AI skeleton niche, the AI stickman explainer niche. Like these are all slop to YouTube, especially because advertisers don't want to pay to sit next to that shit because it's bullshit. And so YouTube has a way of de-incentivizing them by limiting things to 30K view jails. And so when you see a channel that is all 30K, 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 29K, and it's like, I show speed clips or whatever, YouTube is done. It doesn't want any more of that. And so if it doesn't feel like you're breaking enough rules or you just haven't been caught yet, it'll just limit you until you stop making content. Well, let's say you're so good at automation that you put out 30K view jail 10, 20 times a day. Then what happens? Well, you could probably get to that 10 million mark and make some money. So YouTube raises that just to kill that incentive just a little bit more. I don't think this is the only reason why they're doing it, but I think this is going to de-incentivize a lot of slop creators. So what are they going to do now? Like, oh man, now I have to do twice as much work and it's costing me this much more to use the AI tools to generate the bullshit that YouTube doesn't want, so I can try to slip by the guidelines. I don't know. I can see why they do it, but it sucks for a lot of the creators that actually create real content. It's a bummer, man. So, yeah. Nah, dude, they just killed small shorts creators like me. You can take the victim approach if you want, but it's not
YouTube is
the whole
updating the
point.
threshold for new channels applying to YPP for ads and premium revenue share. This does not
10 million views in 90 days, at least 100K a day. I don't know. You do 10 million, but it's once you get to those kind of numbers, it's exponential. It happens so fast. Okay, that's interesting. Opinion: 10 million shorts in 90 days is easier than 4K long in a year. 20 million in 90 days is harder than 8K long in a year. I gotta say, that's true. I would say that's true. 20 million, you really got to be a very dedicated shorts creator or very big to hit those numbers. And so, yeah, I think it is easier. I mean, just based on exponential reasons, I would say 8K can happen in like bam, right? But to get 20 million shorts in 90 days, you really have to have a format that performs every single time. And so those formats that perform every single time, YouTube wants to advertise next to those, so they're incentivizing that shit. Yep. Okie doke.
not impact
I definitely think it's easier.
channels already in the YouTube Partner Program. If a channel is already in, its status stays locked in. Also, the thresholds for fan funding and YouTube shopping are completely unchanged, so newer channels can still leverage community support early on. For ads and premium rev share, for new channels applying February.
That is the damn attitude right there. Curious Rondel. This means real creators have to raise their level. Think of it as a challenge. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. I mean, it was always a challenge, but if, like, we struggle until we find the thing that works, and then we double down on that thing, and then you fly past the 4,000 or 8,000 mark, and then it's like, oh yeah, that, I guess that was nothing. Because it will feel like that when you hit it. But thinking of it as like, I just got to get there, I don't think you're going to get what you want out of it.
1st, 2027 and on, the new thresholds will be 20 million qualified shorts views in the last 90 days, up from 10 million, or 8,000 qualified watch hours in the last 365 days, up from 4,000. And those,
Yeah, dude. And especially you got a whole year to do it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
are the new YPP entry thresholds. To be clear, if a channel is already in the YouTube Partner Program, that channel status is not changing.
Okay, so again, I feel like this is important to mention. These changes don't go into effect until February. So if you want to really bust ass and hit these marks that still exist, I mean, do it now. We still got months before this shit goes down.
Revenue splits are not changing. Fan funding and shopping thresholds are not changing. YouTube knows that updates to the partner program and to monetization are a big deal, maybe the biggest deal. That's why YouTube wanted to give creators a heads up well in advance.
I'm
Renee
this
Ritchie,
one.
your creator insider.
My name is Amjad Hanif, and I lead the creator product team at YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us. We've announced a few updates for the YouTube Partner Program. What is changing for creators and our channels?
There's a few changes that most creators should be aware of. The biggest changes are on what it takes to earn from ads rev share. It used to be about 4,000 hours in order to qualify for long form, and now it's going to be 8,000. On the short side, it used to be 10 million views in 90 days, and now it's going to be 20 million views in 90 days. Additionally, in order to earn shorts rev share in the upcoming month, you'll have to have had 10 million views over the last 90 days. And these are
A rolling minimum. Yeah, for sure. So like if you had a million view video on day 1 and now you're on day 91, that million view video doesn't count, right? I know somebody said it in chat, but I just wanted to explain that if anybody needs it. Let's look at this real quick. I'm curious. So Team YouTube, we're updating YouTube partner program terms to better match how audiences watch today and bring you new ways to earn. To better match how audiences watch today. To avoid gaps in earnings, revenue, and accept a blah, 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 blah. I just want to see the comments. No. Dude, why does it, like, shouldn't this bring up the comments, don't you think? Like, 61, reply. That does not make sense. So stupid. YouTube just took monetization away from shorts for established channels, LOL. 10 million qualified per 90 is more like 20,000 millions or 223,000 shorts views a day. Good luck. Oh, this dude has a lot to say. By the way, I'll stop making most of my shorts February. I will only make a few I get paid for. Good job, YouTube. Yeah, I'm sure they're hurting. Everybody's hating it, man. And I get it. Especially if, like, you were on it. But if you're on it, like, keep going, right? It's been almost 3 months. My channel still hasn't been reinstated after being wrongfully taken down. I post family content. Oh, yeah, that's happening a lot. The family content thing. But that wasn't happening 3 months ago. That's interesting. That just started happening. The family thing. Insanely greedy move from YouTube, as if there aren't so many ads playing through a video or live stream. Can you stop banning ASMR channels? Man, that's what happened recently. 20 million in 90 days. 10 million in 90 days was already hard enough. 10 million engaged views. Yeah. So that 10 million engaged views was like $1,000, right? Yeah. It was 9 million. 9 million engaged views. Everybody always responds to anything Team YouTube does with reinstate my channel. But then and it sucks when it's animators because AI just can't fucking figure it out. Yep, everybody's just saying my account was removed. Maintaining 10 million engaged shorts views in 90 days to be able to earn from shorts is probably the worst decision YouTube has ever made. I really think they're limiting a lot of the issues by doing this. I'm not necessarily for it because it does suck. It really does. But like, I knew they were going to do something. They had to like resort to something drastic to stop the amount of slop. I blame slop gurus, like I always do. How do we make shorts worse than TikTok and Instagram? You're saying making more meaningful. You're saying making more meaningful ways for creators to earn from shorts, then literally remove the only meaningful source of income for many of us. That's tough because if it's a meaningful source of income, then you're definitely already getting it, right? Well, I guess, yeah, maybe not. Everybody has different RPMs. I feel like my RPMs were way too low. Please do not monetize any faceless channels. Well, that's not... Faceless channels are not a problem. It's slop that's a problem. It's lack of effort that's a problem. What is this? Oh, okay, I was gonna say this person made it. I'm like, YouTube did not post this AI trash. Yep, it looks like overall people are pissed. Reported Team YouTube. Oh my god. Stop banning creators. We build your platform to what it is today, and you ban us with no warning. Says the guy that AI generated the image. YouTube AI wronged creators. there's some irony sitting here. Another reason we hate you. It sucks, man. It really does. It sucks when the best paying platform makes the rules, but there's nothing. I mean, it is what it is. That's the game you got to play. I don't make money from YouTube. I think I made like $100 from YouTube. That's why I always say, if you want to make money, you have to diversify in some way, right? It's just AdSense is not the only way to be a creator, right? Sponsorships especially. Go buy the book Sponsor Magnet. That'll blow your damn mind for sure. I hate when Faceless becomes interchangeable with Slop. Yeah, no, it's not at all. Good news is that many will quit, so as long as you're not... Yeah, that's true. A lot of people are going to quit because of this. A lot of people... Yeah, which it sucks if they're real creators. I think that... Oh my god, I think the amount of slop is going to change, though. I really, really hope so. Good god. YouTube killed small creators like me. Are you just saying the same thing over and over, or is that a different person? I have a main monetized channel named Rio. It's my second one. It's monetized, but they killed small creators? I thought you said YouTube killed you, but it's not. I don't know what's going on. Hey, Rabba tutorials. Let me see what you got. You said you got to build a solid brand, but it looks like you've got one, right? Ooh, Blender. Yeah. So this is definitely, you've got a brand so far, right? You have something that other people don't, right? You're teaching this skill that not everybody can teach. The barrier to entry is a little higher, especially in Blender. Honestly, it's way higher. And so, how to rig an anime head. Oh, that's fucking sweet. I wonder, do you do it like 2D on the front? I can't remember how this works. Damn. It has been so long since I watched shit like this, but this was like my first year of YouTube as Blender. For those of you that don't know me or how I got started, there's this channel called Mocknix. Never got monetized, by the way. But this is how I started on YouTube. I made Blender stuff. So this I was like these last 2 or 3, I was controlling with a VR headset. So those are different. But anything below that, I animated. Yeah, there's not much on there. That's how I got started.
I'm Renee Ritchie.
That's how I got vidIQ's attention, and then I got hired by them. Bow. I love this change, not gonna lie. I get why. I can understand why. They're just asking you to make better videos. I gotta agree. Am I the only one that sees this as a short-term pain for a long-term game? I don't think YouTube would have made this decision if that wasn't the case. It just like why hurt their own business? You know what I mean? Maybe they were like, you know what, these band waves are not working, so we got to do something drastic.
They're just adjustments based on the amazing growth of the creator ecosystem over the last several years.
And some things aren't changing, right?
Yeah, if you are in YPP today, you stay in YPP. What also isn't changing is the first
You down with YPP?
level of YPP, which we introduced a few years back called the fan funding tier. That still takes 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours or 3 million views in the last 90 days.
So let's dive into that a little bit. Why was it necessary to change the thresholds for watch time hours and shorts views?
YPP stands apart in the entire creator ecosystem. And I think
True.
it's because of one central element, which is we succeed as a company when creators succeed. And that's been part of the ethos of the program since the first year, 20 years ago, till today. And all these changes we've announced just reflect the reality of an ecosystem that has grown so much. And when you think about it, the kinds of content, the way you consume that content, the formats have all changed exponentially over the last several years. And so we want to make sure that the earnings you get from the program are meaningful and allow you to reinvest in your.
Okay, so I can kind of understand where this comes from. So here's the deal. The amount of people that will be kicked out, those that are like not hitting that threshold, that means that there is more revenue to share with the creators that bring the platform more money. So basically, yeah, YouTube is killing off monetization for creators that are so close to the threshold. But those that leave, it's more for the creators that really pull in a lot of the money. I'm saying this as a creator that probably can't compete in that space. To be honest, I probably would not meet the threshold unless I went back to my shorts channel. And that's fine because that's not how I pay my bills. I diversify, I have a community, and I teach YouTube and help them, and I do coaching and stuff like that. Not everybody can do that, but there are always there are always ways to diversify whatever you've got. The YouTube or the Blender channel that we just saw, there's plenty of stuff you can diversify with Blender. You can actually make your own, that's the first thing I did. I made a plugin, an add-on is what it's called in Blender.
Channel. And all of these changes, when you step back.
Does he read the live chat much? No.
We still expect to pay more out next year to creators than we will this year.
For a lot of people, when you ask them like what they want, what their dream is, it's to be monetized on YouTube, is to get.
Do I do coaching for long form? Yeah. Right now, I'm coaching somebody for an entire month, and it's their whole channel. We're like working on content together, strategizing, that sort of thing. We work on it every day.
Get into YPP, and hope is such a powerful force.
Yeah, you know me. I can't not hear that every time I hear it. YPP.
How are you thinking about that when you're making these changes?
Yeah, look, it's front and center in our thinking. It is the place where creators across the globe come to earn and build their business.
Thanks, YouTube, to give reason to quit. If you were that close to quitting, we'll catch you later.
And we've been excited and proud of the fact that there's over 3 million creators that are part of the program. So the one thing that didn't change is what it takes to join YPP. It still takes 500 subs and 3,000 watch hours or 3 million views in the last 90 days. And
to be honest, I don't know. Okay, the whole like monetization tier thing, I think is so annoying, right? Like, I don't know. I get why YouTube wants to do that. They want to like get you in and make them more money and you make more money in the process. But like, I have never found the appeal of the 500 subscriber thing or whatever. I guess it's because I've just never started a membership and super chats and all that stuff. I think I have super chats, but I don't know. It's always been more confusing than helpful, in my opinion.
that is a way to think of us reaffirming our commitment to making it a place for creators to start their business.
Another big change is that now there is a minimum threshold to maintain revenue share.
YouTube genuinely making millions of toddlers do shorts, do unpaid labor for them. What the fuck? I'm going to need to see some sources on that.
For shorts, you have to get 10 million views every 90 days. Why make that change, and why 10 million?
It goes back to one of the central principles around these adjustments is we want to make sure that the earnings you get from YPP are meaningful, that allow you to invest and build your business.
Hold on. Is that true? Here's why. YTV or YT. The mixed feelings on this change is pretty similar to Sony stopping the disc productions. I talked to Dan about, I can't remember why some people were for that. What was the deal? Why did some people support that? Oh, that just seems like bullshit to me. But I know that there was probably some sort of benefit. It's just when you don't own something, yeah. Weirdly enough, most of my cash flows from members and super chats as a streamer. Yeah, true. As a streamer, damn, great point. Okay, I take what I said back because that does make a lot of sense. I mean, yeah, they did bring in that tier when they wanted to compete with Twitch. AdSense is just a drop in the ocean. Damn right. The only reason I don't support it is because the owning thing. Yeah, but you didn't tell me why. Okay. This will make it so that anyone monetized will immediately be making more decent money the moment they get monetized. I believe so. But also, we should definitely hope to see proof of that. It's like it would, I mean, honestly, if it gets rid of the slop, I'm down for any change. Take all of my AdSense if it gets rid of the bullshit on YouTube. I'll gladly make that sacrifice. It's not very noble because it's like $100 a month, but still, I'll be that hero.
And we had a case where if you had only a few thousand views, you might have a few cents for that month. And instead, we'd like to design the program in a way where it rewards creators who are leaned in, who are driving views and engagement.
And what are you going to do then for creators who you still want to encourage them to make shorts,
Absolutely.
but they're not hitting that 10 million threshold?
Absolutely. So as a part of this, we've also introduced some incentive funds. And so we've actually quietly been testing that over the course of the past year. And that's going to give us a way to target money to creators who are at much earlier stages of their career to give them the boost they need in order to make it to the next level. A simple incentive might be to continue uploading over the next 90 days and earn a bonus for that. If you've tagged a few items in shopping, we may give you a bonus to tag a few more items in shopping. If you've been able to secure brand deals, you may get a bonus for that. And it'll allow us to be much more targeted for creators at those early stages to help them earn to get to that next level.
The creator economy is...
I guess that's the best you can do. I mean, I haven't seen much about it, but if you can't get to that 20 million threshold, start looking into the brand deal stuff, the goals that they set for you, because it seems like there will be money there. I know that if you're not getting that many views, there wasn't much money to be made anyway, but it seems like they set incentives, so we'll see.
Is bigger than ever. YouTube is doing better than ever. Why aren't we lowering the thresholds for YPP? Why are we instead increasing them?
That's a really good question. You could lower the thresholds and you'd have creators who are in the program but not actually earning anything meaningful. There is no program like YPP across the creator ecosystem. And we take that responsibility very seriously as stewards of the creator economy, as the original home for creators, to make a program where
I feel like he's not answering the question.
Creators can understand what it takes to be part of it, can earn based on how well they build an audience. And that's really in the back of our mind with all the changes we make for the program. We want you to be able to earn and build a business and grow from a business where you're just running your channel to one where you can take advantage of brand deals, you can sell membership.
Okay, so his explanation of why they raised it is because they want the people that are a part of it to actually make money. Okay. I guess I get, I mean, that's what I said when we first started, because like my channel isn't making, I'm not doing anything with it. So why keep me in the partner program? But at the same time, I'm like, what does it hurt to remain in it? I guess. I don't know if I don't really, maybe it's because like the ad share is being split. I'm getting some of that premium. That's probably why I'm sure I'm still getting some of that premium. I don't know. It's very weird. Everybody's saying, do live streams. It was a strange one, John. Imagine if YouTube wrongly removed you from YouTube Partner and you didn't have the numbers for monetization in its next form, and you appeal and get denied. Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening, but there are like so many, I don't know. I feel like if you're in between the threshold, they don't want you there anyway. And so when you appeal, they're not going to care. Like, that's just it. So if they wrongly demonetize you, consider yourself fucked, because they're like, if you're not making them money, then they're not going to worry about it. Somebody like Kurzgesagt, they make a lot of money for YouTube. And so YouTube would immediately reinstate that shit. Well, hopefully they did. I don't really know what happened with that. How do you know if 10 million qualified shorts views means engaged views? Because engaged views are the qualified ones. So when it says qualified, they're talking about that little bar, right? And some impressions do qualify, but the majority is engaged views. Yep, it was the same thing with qualified watch hours, qualified whatever. That's what they mean. But some engaged views won't count towards the qualified either. It depends on how many are repeats, how many are in certain countries that I guess don't matter. Like, I don't know. There are a lot of reasons why an engaged view won't count for qualified, but there is no qualified view that is unengaged. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. Do you think this is going to reduce variety and make YouTube more homogenous? No, I don't think so. This will reduce stealing content. I mean, for sure, like, channels, I don't know. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I don't know how to spell his damn name. This guy, let's see if he, let's see if anybody bullied him away from stealing my content. All this guy does is steal content, and then he replaces the English words with his language, right? And so here's where he started stealing stuff from me. And like, these are getting 800,000, 100,000, 551,000, whatever. And so YouTube, like, people might say, well, like, what's the deal? Shouldn't YouTube catch that? It did. It told me about it. And so it said, do you want to file a copyright claim? And I said, yeah. I filed them, and I lost every single one because he countered it with a fake address. And YouTube then said, oh, well, if you bring an attorney into it and send him a letter, then, you know, we can move forward. And I'm not getting an attorney. So I lost 18 times. And so this guy barely scraping by with the amount of views. I really don't think somebody like this will have much more incentive after a while. Yeah, I agree that a lot of people will stop stealing because, like, how else is he making money, right? Oh, shit, I'm live at the same time vidIQ is? I didn't mean to do that. Man, I am so fucking sick of... I'm so sick of watching the same stuff over and over. It's my fault. Oh, you can see all I watch is, like, YouTube advice stuff because, like, that's what kind of channel this is, but I don't want to do it anymore. I just want to make cool shit. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to quit being a guru. Okay. Screen. What happened? Oh, my bad. Hey, whoa. How is that? Oh, it's showing the wrong one. Interesting. Where's my shirt? Oh, man. John, we can see OBS. You can't see me? Make cool shit. So, Will and I put together some good content ideas we're gonna do this week, and it's all gonna be live streamed, and then I'll cut it up after. But yeah, we're gonna. A lot of it has to do with slop creators. We caught. It's very fun. I'm excited about that. Okay. Have you ever heard of this guru? He's quite interesting. Yeah, I don't talk about him. He's not really somebody that I care much about. Cool. Okay, let's do the VIP reviews, and then I'll get to I'll pick some of you and do some reviews too. But first, VIPs. So I'm gonna do a little announcement here. So sad that Travis had that go. Oh yeah, let's not. Let's find my live stream. I'm sure it's up if I refresh, and then I'll paste it in there. I think most of the VIPs are in here. Copy. Actually, I'll put it in all announcements so everybody knows. Cool beans. All right, so Gonna do some VIP reviews, and then we're gonna do some regular reviews. And there's no form to fill out. I'm just gonna pick you from chat because we're just kind of winging it today. Because that's what I want to do. Monday, short form. Let's go. So today is the 10th. Let's see who all submitted. Ball skits. We've got Break Room Daily, Left Unsupervised, Modestas. This one was from the 9th. I guess that was yesterday. So Rondel. And that's it. So Rondel's first. Wait, hold on. Was the 3rd of Monday? Yep, okay. So Rondel's first. Let's do this thing. Oh, crap. I screwed up. I've been watching a lot of Ludwig lately. I like Ludwig. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okie doke. Rondel. A few things. My video's not performed well as I expected recently. Some of the lowest views have gotten... Okay. I didn't really expect the others to do badly. Trying to find stories that match the hook / idea of the video. But the ideas I found that have been done before on YouTube, I just scrapped them. Okay. If I were to do one of these that have already been done, would doing it in my style / format be enough to get out of a conflict radius? Yeah, but it'll be stronger if there's a little bit of net info gain. Just a little bit more, you putting it in your perspective, your story, you add a little detail or two that's like from you, that will help a lot more. Odds are your format and the way you explain it is enough because you're showing your face. That's always an edge over faceless. But yeah, so I think it would be okay. Is the idea of the video the single most important factor on how well it does? It's the idea and execution is the two. I'm struggling whether my ideas are good. I've been trying to model hooks using this channel as inspiration. Okay, I'll bring those up. Let me take a look at yours first, and let's see how I feel about it. Oh, I love that guy. Okay.
The reason movies exist is because people kept drawing horses completely wrong. Yep, in the 1800s, people kept drawing moving horses like this, with both the front and the back legs stretched out, but that was completely wrong. So to prove this, a photographer named Edward Muybridge laid a few cameras beside a track and took photos as a horse ran by. His photos revealed that horses should actually be drawn like this, with the horse's hooves curled in and not out. But after taking these photos, Edward invented a device that played the images together into a moving image, which laid the foundation that led to moving pictures or movies. The reason movies exist is because people kept drawing horses.
Okay, all right, movies exist. Why do movies exist? Okay, is this a popular thought, a popular thing, something that makes me curious enough to stick around? So you said this one, they've not performed well as expected, but except for the one linked above. I was going to say this is like, this was pretty well done. Let me look at your others though. The reason movies exist. So why is that so strong? Well, number one, it's because of relevance and recognizability. People understand what a movie is. And so if you tell me a fact about something that I know about every single day, it becomes relevant to me. The reason why, I don't know, the reason why shampoo tastes terrible, like everybody knows what shampoo is, but taste is probably not something they've ever wondered because odds are you haven't tasted shampoo. So it's not as strong. But if you tell them something like, don't touch receipts ever again. Now people are going to be like, oh shit, I mean, I touch receipts. There's got to be something that's useful. A lot of people have said the receipt thing. So that was a good example. But, all right, that was 3 million. And then lately these have gotten low. Let me look at the low ones. The Batman effect, Ozempic thing, I don't really remember if that's the same one or not. Is it the same one as the one that I looked at before? The strangest food to lose weight.
Most people don't know that you can lose weight by licking your frying pan. Yep, so this tape and most non-stick frying pans are coated with a secret plastic, which scientists think you can eat. After extracting and grinding the plastic into a powder, scientists added it to food and fed it to rats. And
Again, dude, this is, I swear to God, your channel is like a fucking enigma because this is fine. And honestly, the weight loss thing, it's an angle that a lot of people care about. And licking pans, I don't know if it's just so novel that people aren't liking it, or maybe I mean, you probably looked it up, but frying pan weight loss. Yeah, I don't know. We went through the Ozempic one. Okay, yeah. So
you can tell if a pregnant lady would get a seat on a train on whether she's standing next to Batman. Yep.
Okay, that one I can see why I didn't do. It's like it's so out there. I don't really think it applies to me whatsoever. So like when I think of you have some that are like so outrageous, and then you have some that are so useful. And I think you should definitely bank on the things that are super interesting, super useful. And this right here, the way that you pitched it, I have to feel like the Batman effect, whatever it is something that is going to affect me, something that I really need to know, right? Whereas the movie thing, I understand what movies are. It's kind of curious. Like your others, there's always been something about them that have locked me in. And so I'm just not so sure if I can tell if a lady is going to get a seat on a train. Like, also, there's a bit of cognitive load. I have to understand a lot of things in that. And so, yeah. Is there a way that you can repeat a viral process? To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what the checklist for Rondo would be, because it's just so, you just have so many that are unexplainable. But this one, I can't seem to care about as much.
You can tell if a pregnant lady would get a seat on a train on whether she's standing next to Batman. Yep, so scientists in Italy put a pregnant woman on a train.
See that right there? When you start with the experiment instead, that's almost like, okay, this is a real thing that happened. I'm almost more hooked into that, right? Because like she's pregnant, and I think that they're gonna do something fucked up, and like that's, I don't know, it's got my attention. Like I don't know, it's like a train wreck. You can't look away. Pun not intended.
And counted how many people offered her their seat. And that number is lower than you think. Only 40% of people offered her their seat. But then they repeated the test with one change. A man wearing a Batman suit came on the train and stood next to her. But the strangest part is only half of those people even noticed that Batman was on the train. And that one change led to 70% of people offering their seat. You can tell if a
yeah, okay. There was a lot there. I think it's really interesting. I think it's funny, and I think your delivery is perfect, especially when you're standing there just kind of looking around. I love it, man. I really do love it. It's a bummer that that one didn't do so well. Let me look at this new one.
The reason that video games are 3D is because people kept drawing buildings completely wrong.
Okay, I can see the format. Why are games 3D? Have I ever asked that? No. Because I always thought that that's just how games, they just get better and better. It was the natural evolution. That's what I thought. Okay, so maybe it's not as strong as the movie thing, but like if you said the reason video games exist, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure out where the...
In the 1400s, artists kept drawing buildings like this, where they pointed in different directions, never matching how they looked in the real world. So to fix this, an artist named Filippo Brunelleschi painted a building in Italy using lines that all met at one point, showing that objects should get smaller the further they are. But after doing these drawings, Filippo created a system that makes flat pictures look three-dimensional. It's called linear perspective, and it's the same math that's used to make 3D games look 3D. The reason that video games are 3D is because people kept drawing buildings.
Okay, I did not connect the I thought that video game was going to tie in a little bit differently, but okay. Let's just see how that one performs. I'm curious about the hook. It's a little bit different. It's like not as powerful, but this is one you released today, right? Yeah, 6 hours ago. Let's just keep an eye on it. 45K. Only 10% of people experience this. That easily gets my attention because I wonder if I'm the people, right?
The reason that video games are free.
Fuck you.
Only 10% of people experience this every day while sleeping, and chances are you've experienced this at least once.
Okay, so when you say experience this, it's if you made it a little bit more specific, I think like only 10% of people make this mistake while sleeping or something like that. Only 20% of people are sleeping the wrong way. Okay, let's just take that as a hook. I know exactly what I'm curious about. You've given me some sort of noun, and now I'm like, okay, maybe I'm the people, right? And am I sleeping the wrong way? And then if you add something on the end of it, like 20% of people are sleeping the wrong way, and it's the reason they can't get pregnant or something like that. You know what I mean? Like now I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? 20% of people are sleeping the wrong way, and it's the reason they're still poor. Like, okay, now I'm like really interested. So I'm always just trying to think of like the best way to amp up the angle. But when I say 20% of people sleep the wrong way, I'm very specific about the hook. And so you say 10% of people experience this while sleeping. It's good, but can you shorten it somehow? Maybe not this one specifically, but I'm always like, how can I mush this hook together? You can't get rid of the sleeping thing. So let me think about it.
Only 10% of people experience this every day while sleeping, and chances are you've experienced this at least once in your lifetime. Yep, so some people, when they go to bed, they suddenly jolt awake with a feeling of falling.
Okay, I'm bailing now. I already know what a hypnic jerk is, and so I'm out, right? But also, I think a lot of people will leave here because they already know what this is about, right? You made them curious about this thing, and so you've revealed the thing to be curious about right in the middle. And so I don't necessarily know if there's more to say that you could have put, and then, and that's why you feel like you're falling, right? Like you put that at the end, but let's see what else there is.
But for about 10% of people, they get something even worse. As they fall asleep,
Oh, I misunderstood. Maybe a lot of people did.
the brain tries to switch off, but some cells misfire, causing the brain to get a sudden jolt of electricity. So instead of feeling like they're falling,
Oh, it's a brain zap.
they hear a loud explosion and a bright flash of light,
Fuck.
as if their heads are exploding, and it's called the exploding head syndrome. Do you have it? Only
Yeah, I've had brain zaps before when I would try a different medication, and it's like, it feels like it jerks you awake, and it's like zap, like it sounds like I don't know, it sounds like electric more than a boom, but I bet that's kind of what it is. Okay,
10% of people experience this every day while sleeping.
dude, as always, it kind of comes down to the topic. That's it, man. I hate that I can't give you more advice. It's always so good, and it's just, I don't know. I am curious about this one though.
The reason that most people don't know, you can clean the dirtiest thing in your house by putting it in a microwave. Yep, in some houses, the dirtiest thing might be your dog's mouth or your partner's toothbrush.
You know what? I think I'm feeling like a consistent script. Like for instance, yep, the thing, blah, 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 blah. Like I would try to change up the script a little bit and see if you can shorten it even more, right? If there are any lines that don't help, right? Like you have some sort of pacing that you're like talking to the shorts viewer, but if there's anything that you can cut out, just try. I would like you to do that, at least on the next one. Because some of the things you're trying to make me curious about are working, and some of them are not. But if they were short enough, I'd probably still stick around. So, yeah, I would experiment with that a little bit. I got to move on to the next one. I hope at least some of the stuff I said helped. But as always, just please submit Wednesday, Saturday, Monday. Okay, Modestas. Hopefully this sounds more conversational than the other video. Okay, let's take a look.
So this is what happens when someone with social anxiety works at a call center. So my first few calls.
Okay, so it's the delivery's fine, but you've made me curious what the job is, and then you immediately told me what the job. So I'm not so sure this is the best text hook for you. Okay, I would probably say something like, if it said something like, I got fired for the dumbest reason, or fired for something stupid, right? If that text hook was there, then I want to stick around to see why you got fired, right? I'm not saying you got fired, but that is how you use a text hook, because you said the word anxiety in the audio hook, right? So the text hook should probably say something that amplifies the situation. So yeah, you gave away the job immediately.
I end up sounding like I'm doing a shit job at scamming someone. And that's because I forgot how to talk properly. And because I don't want them to put the phone down, I start asking questions like, so, what you doing later today? And thank God that wasn't the only part of my job, because most of the time I spent listening to answer phones and people telling me horrific things, which, I mean, I preferred, because it meant I could turn to my mates and just watch them suffer instead. And I honestly think that was the best thing for my social anxiety, knowing that I'm not the only one fucking up. And in the end, I got a couple sales. So
okay, I'm gonna hit you with something that's gonna make you hurt a little bit. Okay, but trust me, it's for the best. So there are some things that you do that I'm like, hell yeah. I don't know, you're gonna have to figure out what the difference is.
sales. So this is what happens. Just watch them suffer instead. And I honestly think that was the best thing for my social anxiety, knowing that I'm not the only one fucking up.
Right there, this right here, natural. Okay, when you say I'm not the only one fucking up and you did that, that felt right. But then, like, when you held the cross and when you, like, it almost feels like your arms aren't yours. And so instead of trying so hard to do, like, try to do whatever happens naturally, because before it was about conversation. Now it sounds fine. It's just your body movements feel like it's your first day being human. You know what I mean? And so that sucks. It sucks to have that pointed out, but I had to learn this too, right? And I had to learn it on stage, which was like a much bigger problem. Because when I watched myself on stage, people whipping out their phones, recording me, and I saw how bad I sucked, like that sucks, because now it's like on the internet. And so, yeah, I guess it sucked more because it was in front of a bunch of people that I know watched me and I know them in real life. But yeah, so just work on that a little bit. Just a lot of the stuff that you're doing with your arms, it's like, imagine it's at 100% and you can be at 20%. The things I'm doing right now are just like, it's natural, I guess. If it's not natural to you, then don't do it.
He works at a call center. So my first few calls, I end up sounding like I'm doing a shit job at scamming someone. And that's because I forgot how to talk properly, and because I don't want them to put the phone down.
Yeah, when you said that line, that felt natural. When you held up the phone case or did this, it felt not natural. And so I can't tell you what the difference is there, only you can connect those dots, but I feel like you'll know. There's something that I'm doing here that felt right, something that felt forced. And so that's it. I think fix the hook and just, dude, honestly, that kind of stuff comes with practice though. The movement and stuff like that. Just make more content. And let me go through the story real quick.
Someone with social anxiety works at a call center. So my first few calls, I end up sounding like I'm doing a shit job at scamming someone. And that's because I forgot how to talk properly, and because I don't want them to put the phone down.
On all your cuts, when you say, I forgot how to talk properly, and you know how that there's a cut there, push in on that. You don't have to keyframe it. You just like go into like 115 or 120 zoom. And then the next cut, go back out. So every other cut kind of pushes in, pushes out, pushes in. I know I said don't do it so much, but sometimes it feels like
social anxiety works
like that right there works at a call center. I feel like it would have been more engaging if it was closer. You got to find the balance, because when you're cutting from this to this it feels odd. Feels odd to the viewer.
A call center. So
Not really odd, it's just not as engaging, right?
my first few calls, I end up sounding like I'm doing a shit job at scamming someone. And that's because I forgot how to talk properly. And because I don't want them to put the phone down, I start asking questions like, so, what you doing later today? And thank God that wasn't
That was good. I like that.
part of my job, because most of the time I spent listening to answer phones and people telling me horrific things, which, I mean, I preferred, because it meant I could turn to my mates and just watch them suffer instead. And I honestly think that was the best thing for my social anxiety, knowing that I'm not the only one fucking up. And in the end, I got a couple of sales.
Okay,
So this is what happens when someone with social anxiety works at a call center.
okay, so outside of everything, I don't quite think that there's like a good ending. You have set up a story, and so I'm waiting on something crazy to happen to the person with social anxiety. And so when you said they tell me horrific things, I'm thinking, oh shit, somebody's gonna tell him something weird. He's about to dive into that. I'm trying to think of the most interesting thing for you to go to, but it seemed more like advice than anything. And so just when we talked on the consulting call, it was about mining your life for little obstacles. And so the obstacle here is being on the phone, but you made it more general. Try to get about a specific story, right? You're talking about a general concept of this is what it's like, that sort of thing. But when you make it about something specific, and I'm going to use this thing, like the Amazon driver pulled up and I couldn't get my package because I have social anxiety and I can't talk to people. And so I waited, and then he got back in his Amazon truck, but then he sat there on his phone. And then he went on lunch directly in front of my house, and I couldn't go out and get my package. Like, you're talking about that specific moment rather than I can't deal with Amazon drivers because I have social anxiety. That's the end of the story. You know, dive into that specific one. Like, the perfect thing would be dive into this specific call that you got where somebody talked about how they were divorcing their husband or something like that. Yeah, okay. Moving on to number 10. Do 3 more, and then I'm gonna do a couple y'all. Left unsupervised. What's your process for coming up with viral ideas? I find this to be the hardest thing on YouTube because my ideas often need explaining, such as John Smith being the most common name made a dip in retention. Okay, let me take a look at what you got.
How hard is it to find a John Smith?
Excuse me, is your name John?
Because apparently it's the most common name in the world, but I don't believe it.
Excuse me, is your name John Smith?
No, sorry.
Excuse me, is your name John Smith?
No.
Excuse me, your name isn't John Smith, is it?
It's not him. But I could sense John was near. Excuse me, is your name John Smith? If looks could kill, I'd be a dead man. So I changed the game plan to let John find me.
John Smith? No one's name is John Smith.
But I had another plan.
Is anyone named John Smith?
But then I spotted this guy, who looks like the most John man ever. So I approached him, and you know what he said?
Excuse me, is your name...
Nothing. How hard is it to...
Okay. All right. So I think this is funny, man. What did you say? My ideas often need explaining, as the John Smith being the most common name made a dip in retention. Oh, you explained it? Hold on, let me...
How hard is it to find a John Smith?
Excuse me, is your name John?
I don't... Did you say it?
Because apparently it's the most common name in the world. But
Oh, okay.
I don't believe it.
Excuse me, is your name John Smith?
No, sorry.
Excuse me, is your name John Smith?
No.
Okay, so you are focused on ideas, and I feel like that is the deal here. To be honest, if you had built... Hold on, let me take a look one more time.
To find a John Smith.
Excuse me, is your name John?
Because apparently...
Okay. The one that you did before, where it almost seemed like you find the best thing and you put it right in that spot. What was the best thing in this story? It was the same reaction as everybody else. And so I don't think that this quite hooked in the like, if you ended up finding a John Smith, or you build up that edit to seem like that was John Smith, it would have worked. But like, just know that the key to a good story is the ending, right? You take a good story and then you work backwards from it. or you take a good ending, then you work backwards to the hook, and you're very good at hooking. You are. It's just like this was an idea, but you had to know that it was like you didn't know what the ending was going to be until you went and did it. Try to prevent that unsureness from happening, if that's a word, because you don't know if you're going to find them or not. And if you did find them, or what's the most hilarious thing that could happen? Like if you found a Muhammad instead, and that's actually the most common name in the world, not John. And so I did find a Muhammad, which happened to be the most common name in the world. I don't know. I just don't think that there's an ending to this that could be so great that you could actually put it in the hook as well. You know what I mean? So how do you get ideas? I always think of a funny situation, like a funny twist. Let me look at the John Scott channel, because like I think it would help. Wait, are you? Yeah, you're in the VIP. So if you go to, let me just show you. Since you're a VIP, you will have access to everything. And so you go into the Viral 3D Shorts Masterclass here, and then writing. This right here, that'll take you through how I write my stories, that course there. And I think that might help a little bit to kind of show you where I come up with them. And then there's a bonus too at the end here where I write another story, I believe. How I write viral stories. Yep, bonus number 3. And so those should help at least tell you where I come up with these ideas. Yeah. And then anybody that wants a bunch of free stuff, you can go to attention.tools/free and sign up. And you can get all this stuff for free if you want it. Like my lockpick and my book and overlays pack and stuff like that. Just so everybody gets something. But yeah, when it comes to ideas, I kind of start with something that seems totally unexpected or a really funny twist. And then I work backwards from that. Trying to think here. What could be a funny story? So let's go back to Modestus. Like I had the idea of okay, so I'll either start with an ending or I'll start with a problem that has a funny ending. So like the problem is I can't get my mail because I am too anxious to go outside to talk to the delivery guy. And the big problem is he doesn't leave. And so what's the funny twist ending that happens there? Okay, he leaves, and then I go to open the door, and then suddenly the mailman's on the porch instead. Now I have to deal with another person, but all the stuff that I had been avoiding, now I have to deal with something else, right? And so that's a funny twist. And so I would build a story off that. So the best way to go about it for yours, which is like you have a set, like how magicians work is they have several endings that could happen, right? They always seem like they're magic because they have planned meticulously what the ending will be. And so you'll have to do that. You'll have to kind of prep what your endings could be in this video. And each one that could happen, like this one is guaranteed we could make that happen. This one would be better if that happened, or this one is the best, right? You've got like 3 endings, but there's always a guaranteed one that you can make happen. And then you work backwards, you do your short or whatever, and worst case scenario, you have the manufactured ending, and that just becomes a fun story. That's how I do it. Okay, we're gonna move on. Break Room Daily. This is the short that got a reasonable test push, then super long tail. Oh yeah, I remember. Unfortunately, only 55% stay to watch, but 140% retention, which doesn't quite matter. Stay to watch I always associate with my hook or storytelling. I feel like this one was all right. How could I? Okay, let's take a look. Break Room Daily. When your brain, okay, good hook. When your brain goes on autopilot. Like if you, depending on what you're doing, hold on, I do have to see it. This is a very good hook, you're right. Okay, so, yeah, so the biggest issue with this one is it's too short, right? It's a fun joke. the fact that you threw the fork away was too fast for most viewers that are like not really paying attention. They're just like, whatever. They're scrolling, looking for dopamine. And if you have something that's too quick to notice, they'll miss it. Some of you in chat missed this because you didn't see it, right? And so, yeah, that right there, you threw the spoon away, but it happened so fast. So I would have slowed that down, or like trying to find a way where it becomes more obvious. Like you zoom in to where that spoon is because it's hidden by the thing. Do a couple takes to make sure that the spoon is visible. And then at the end, like it is funny. And then the remote's in the fridge. That's a great ending. But the thing is, it's 140% retention. It's probably going to need to be more than that. And that 140% is only the people that watched. So 1,741. Since it's 10 seconds, you're gonna need more than 140% probably, but that's not the only reason why things go viral. Okay, so the majority of people are watching past it and then halfway again. But my tip is to make it longer, right? You've got good comedy. You could make it a bit like do a couple more jokes, right? Like there's all sorts of stuff that ADHDers do. But yeah, make it longer. I always say ramp it up to about 20 to 30 seconds because then the data is easier to predict. Yeah. Like shorter shorts do work, especially if you already have an established audience. How big is your channel? 26 subscribers. Oh, okay. See, this is a variable that matters. You have done this for so long that YouTube isn't quite sure what you're doing, right? I thought it was just a stomach ache. Yeah, so you've changed dramatically what you were doing before. So right now you're in a bit of a niche pivot instead. I would expect this to happen a few more times until, like right now, YouTube is trying to serve your comedy to all the people that watch this shit. And so yeah, that's the deal. You've done this for so long. You haven't done enough shorts where it knows what audience to go to. And so when it's trying to find a new audience, it always stops between 1,000, 2,000. That's where you get that flat line. And that's where you're at. Yeah. See, there's so many variables that matter. Let me open up Premiere here. Actually, maybe I don't need to. Okay, on the start, there's a small glitch in sound. Ignore that. Took me ages, but it's done, I think. Plan to do a few more details for the party, like some animations and lights. Don't know if I should add music, sound effects. What don't you like? Okay, let's see.
I smell bee. Every day we wake up and fly to work to collect pollen from flowers. But today, flowers are dying. If flowers dead, we can work and we can...
Okay, remember, where is the subscribe button? Where is all the text and stuff like that? It's right down here where your character is. So, you know, you got to move some things. Either put him above the text or something.
Flowers dead, we can work and we can party on Friday. So we looking at flowers. What could flowers need? Flowers need sun. Flowers have sun. Flowers also need water, but there is no water. We have to water flowers. But flowers still dying. Flowers have sun. Flowers have water. What could flowers need? Flowers need food. They give flowers honey so flowers can eat.
What?
Flowers have everything, but flowers still dying. What could flowers need? Flowers need a hug. Now flowers are dying and we go party to sing and dance with friends D.
Okay, so, yeah, you have improved it a lot now. I like it. I think, I don't know if, maybe at the end a little bit of music, but like just know that when you start adding sound effects and music, there's just a lot more that it would probably benefit you for you to move on to the next idea, right? I think you're onto something now. So, I think that this is it. This is the closest this idea is going to get to test it. I recommend testing and then working on your next idea. I like it, dude. You have come a long, long way. All right, Picer TV had some assistance from some goats in the Discord, but my swipe through rate was lowest, just shy of 60%. And I feel like my script writing still isn't great. What do you think I could do to improve?
When I play Reload, I love landing at Camp Krusty, but it's not because they make the best Krabby Patty. When you capture the flag, you get a scan of the surrounding area, but that's nothing because the most broken weapon in Fortnite is there. It packs a whopping 54 damage to the body and 103 to the head, but that's not even my favorite part. If you hit the first shot with the Krusty pistol, it puts a balloon on the enemy, sending them flying. When I play Reload, I love landing at Camp Krusty, but it's not because they make the best Krabby Patty.
Okay, so I get why you did the joke, but it's not because, but that's still a part of the hook. I don't think a joke is like where, but it's like when you say, but it's not because, that needs to be a common belief. Because when people say they like landing there, but it's not because what you think it is, whatever that thing is. Nobody thinks it's because of the Krabby Patties, because that doesn't make sense in the game. And so, yeah. Unless that's like a fuel or something for the game, I don't play it.
But it's not because they make the best Krabby Patty. When you capture the flag, you get a scan of the surrounding area. But that's nothing because the most broken weapon in...
So, I don't get that part.
When you capture the flag, you get a scan of the surrounding area.
When you capture the flag, you get a scan of the surrounding area.
But that's nothing because...
But that's nothing.
The most broken weapon in Fortnite is there. It packs a whopping...
Is that, I guess that's a good thing? I'm not so sure. So that part right there, the flag bit, I think you could probably get rid of it. If you say, I love landing here, but it's not because common belief, it's because the most broken weapon is here, right? I would immediately go into it. And people at that point are like, what's the broken weapon? And before you reveal what the broken weapon is, you say it does this damage, it does this, and then when you finally reveal it, but the best part, the Krusty pistol or whatever, but that's not even the best part. The best part is when you shoot them, balloon, blah, 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 blah. And so the way that I say it, there's always something to be curious about until the very end. And this is a live stream, so you can always go back and watch everything that I just said. Okay, I'm gonna pick some people. How many people do we have? I'm sure a lot of them bailed. $42. Okay. One of you is going to get picked. I just don't know how to click. Let's see here. I changed my short style. Okay. I liked it. I mean, it seemed fine. I think a lot of people...
When I play Reload, I love landing at Camp Krusty, but it's not because they make the best Krabby Patty.
I think if your head's there, you might...
When you capture
you should be doing a talking head or something like that. When you're not saying what you're hearing, it's a little odd, in my opinion.
The flag, you get a scan of the surrounding area.
But it's not horrible or anything. I'm just like, I looked at you at first, I'm like, wait, that's a little weird. And it sort of distracted me from the thing that you were trying to say.
But that's nothing because the most broken weapon in Fortnite is there. It packs a whopping 54...
Don't you have one where it's like the most broken weapon? Is this Fortnite's best mythic? Fortnite's best weapon ever? So you have done this. This was the craziest Fortnite game. So I'm wondering, like, when you say Fortnite's best weapon ever, the reason that this isn't grabbing is because there are so many that it is the best weapon. Everybody says this is the best weapon, right? So like, how can you package it to where it's something new for them? It's something new for the viewer. I don't play the game, but like, you have to have some sort of net info gain, something new to give them. And so I think you're on the right track. Why I love Camp Krusty, but I don't know who you are. So it's like, why Camp Krusty? Right. Like you could say why Camp Krusty is the best, but that hits the problem before. Like if you said the hidden secret at Camp Krusty, that's going to do better, right? Especially if nobody has that. So just keep that in mind. I used to be a brain rot Fortnite shorts creator. Is what it is, man. Is what it is. Okay. What was I doing? I was looking at chat. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have like we're gonna have everybody type hashtag whatever, and then it's gonna spin and select random people. But for now, everybody just type me, and I'll pick a couple. Just type me. M-E. Like the word. Ba, 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 ba. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Me. Ba 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 ba. Ba ba down, be a little do. Huh. Okay, got a couple. Let's see here. First is here's why. Go to the most recent.
This flower has a hidden secret that the potato does not want you to know. You see, its roots look like these teeny tiny potatoes that had been eaten in Mexico for centuries. And when it arrived in Europe, they thought it could replace the potato. But it tasted terrible, and people started growing it for its beauty instead. The potato may have won the dinner, but the dahlia won the hearts. This flower...
Okay. So the execution is there. I think that took you a while to get, but I think it's fine. The only thing holding you back is the idea, right? I don't know how this really affects me. It's like, if I'm interested in flowers, I guess, but like, it's got to be something that would affect me in my daily life. I think those are the strongest ideas, right? And so that's it, man. I think what you're doing, it looks great. I think it's super unique. It's just got to be the best idea. And so that's it. No one used this invention. Drifting used to be different. This painful accident. This might be.
This flower has a hidden secret.
Fuck you, YouTube.
He burnt his hand and immediately placed it in oil. He noticed how fast it erased the pain and how well his hand healed after. The burn led him to treat wounded soldiers in World War I with the same oil. And an entire industry was made just because of that oil. Luckily, it happened to be lavender oil, and he called it aromatherapy. He burnt his hand and...
Okay. Yeah, it's still kind of the thing, like, I really just need it to appeal to me. And so, I gotta tell you, it's all about ideas from here. I really like what you're doing. I just think, make me care. That's it. I really wish I could give you better advice, but the fact is your execution is there. Now it's just about ideas. And so brainstorming with the community is the best thing I would do. I hope that helps a little bit. This guy.
Minecraft, but I'm...
Hold up. Let's do...
Minecraft, but I'm blind. And our only goal for this video is to get diamonds. So let's get some wood. Wooden pick. Now we need to find a cave somehow. Okay, you know what? I'm just digging straight down. Alright, we got our stone tools. Now we need to find some iron. Cave, okay. Oh, there's a skeleton. Is there any iron up here before we go down there? Yeah, I can't see any. Literally. Iron! Okay, let's smelt this. Let's make an iron pick. Oh my gosh, there's a mob spawner. Okay, wait, that means there's chests. No. No diamonds. Oh, creeper.
Okay, let me go to one that performed a bit better. I'm just like, why does everybody care about this specific person doing this specific thing? Right? How new is it?
Minecraft, but breaking blocks spawn structures. And our only...
Okay, that's really new. Having the lights off, is that as powerful as like something spawning crazy, right? And so I think your more novel ideas are what are going to perform on this channel.
Goal for this video is to get some diamonds. Hopefully that shouldn't be too hard. And oh my gosh, a nether fortress literally just...
Everybody's waiting on the next thing, dude. This is really a good idea.
Spawned on top of us. Maybe we just try and get like one more log here. Oof. Okay, we're like stuck. How do we get out of here? I guess we just have to break this by hand. Okay, and the chest has some obsidian and a sword. You know, we're gonna take all of this. Maybe just like get one more log. Come on, and oh my gosh, a taiga village literally spawned on top of it.
Dude, this is a really good idea. I gotta say, I think it's a little long for, like, if you could somehow shorten it, I think this would have performed even better. Between 30 and 40 seconds. There's just some downtime that people with the Minecraft brain, they just kind of want to get to the next thing, get to the next building, start doing stuff. When you went into your inventory, I like checked out. Okay, so keep that in mind. I don't know why this dude said me if he doesn't have any videos. Derek Sizka. Okay, let's look at the. I'm seeing one niche and then I see wow, which is a pivot. Maybe. Let's see here. Okay, doesn't really connect to me or relate to me at all. So, yeah, not really. That just seems like something, unless it's not really a shared experience. It's just something that seems like it happened to you, I guess. And so I don't really think it appeals to many people.
So the building manager told me to work outside today, and it's lunchtime. So I just pulled the rib steak off the grill, got a fresh bowl of BC cherries, iced coffee in the Yeti. I'm still loving the 5070 Lenovo laptop. This thing is a power plant. She runs a tight ship. What can I say? I just work here. So the building...
Okay, so it seems like this is more like vlog type content. I'm still at a point where I'm like, why do I care? You know, I don't really know you, so the stuff that's like only about you and your life, not gonna appeal to many people until you're famous, and then you can do this shit. Good for 15 more years. Let's see here. Like, you got it. Basically, the goal here is to make people curious about something, which you haven't done with the previous two. But this has 15K views, so let's see what worked here.
I'm going to show you what 15 years of lack of maintenance looks like on my client's old Briggs & Stratton lawnmower.
I want to see what that looks like. There's the curiosity. And so you did it very well. This is the lesson to learn. All shorts creators, like, make me curious about something, which you did here, and then I guess make me wait, you know, like, you got to take it off, take a little bit of time, but like make it 30 seconds or so. And I think you probably did 24. Yeah, that's why that one performed well. That's not yours. Let's see. What about this one? What did you do here?
You can't buy much for $20 these days, and that's how much I paid for this lawnmower 15 years ago when I moved into the house, and it took that long for the wheel to pick up a rock and chew apart the gear that drives the front self-propelled mechanism. Believe it or not, I used to service big trucks for the oil field.
This one doesn't appeal as much, but it did well, so it definitely connected with people. I will say, take this thought that you do have a niche. This lawnmower gear repair stuff, well, not just gear repair, but this vibe is what people are looking for. So something like WoW will throw a wrench in the whole thing, no pun intended. So just like keep it on point. The stuff like I hope my boss is happy, that's also a pivot, right? It becomes more about vlogging. And so the stuff, I really think if you want this thing to stay successful, like focus on repair, that sort of thing. And as you grow, people will be more interested in you and what you're doing. And honestly, about 1% of people will still convert to care about you anyway. Like, I do YouTube advice, but 1% of my community cares enough to watch me play a game. So that's just kind of how it works. Okay. Can you check my Technoblade and iShow Speed one? I mean, it sounds like a clip channel. I can't really... What am I supposed to do? Tell you to find better clips? I just, let's see. I do iShow speed edits. Nope, I don't do edits. I'm I'm looking for real creators, people that create their content. And so people that edit other people's content, I just don't have much to give. And it's nothing against you. It's just like, I don't have advice to help you. Just like I couldn't help somebody making AI content or doing the ranking niche because it's not theirs, right? It's not their brand. And so that's just not where I'm best suited, unfortunately. Okay. Square Cat.
I got this.
Okay, one thing you're going to want to focus on is what am I waiting on? And also, you got to keep my eye kind of in the same spot. So the edit is just like a little too crazy. Start with something that you want people to wait till the end to see, right? Right now, it just kind of looks like gameplay. So the thing I said about curiosity a little bit, it looks like you're just getting started. You have a 2K one, but consider that YouTube is trying to find your audience. So right now, your audience isn't responding because they're not curious to wait for anything. Bow, bow. I see Clip Forge, but if it's clips, I'm not helping. Yeah. Oh, this is this is coattail commentary. So this is like stealing other people's content and then putting an AI narration over it. And I don't do that. Sorry. Trinzia. I'm assuming same situation. Except for that one, maybe? I don't know. Let's see.
The moment these dogs...
Nope. Somebody banned him immediately. Shit. I explain urban legends. Oh, Jesus. You spammed the hell out of this one. Okay. I got you, though. Here. I can't help, dude. It's not in English. I'm sorry. It's nothing I can really do. Good Lord. Okay. Loki finds things. All right. How fast can my...
How fast can my dog... How fast can my dog find things? Search number 3, the iPhone. Meet Loki.
Okay.
And his incredible nose.
Yeah, this, right? All this, cut it. Right? You have something that I'm curious about, how fast, but like all the extra stuff you're putting in here, I'm a shorts viewer. I don't care about it at all. Like get to the story, you know? People that are watching long form are more primed to connect to the dog and you and that sort of stuff. Right now, you're trying to tell a story and you're like waiting to tell it.
You ready?
There, that's where it should have started.
And off we go. Dying trying to keep up, so let's cut back to the action. Good mix of ground and air scent in here, trying to...
Okay, so how fast can my dog find the iPhone? That's, I would put it as a text hook at the top while you hide it, and that takes 2 seconds. And then you immediately say go, and the dog takes off, and then you do the timer from there. So all the stuff that I didn't mention, get rid of. That's like your secret here. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is there's got to be some sort of, like, I don't know. I hope that people do find it interesting, and you're going to have to do cuts like that to see, but people still have to be interested in the result, right? So after you do those tests, just see if it's resonating, or maybe there's some other stuff to do with the dog that would work. And what I do is I would go and look at other channels and kind of see what they do and do your own version of it. Don't copy, you're like using the template for yourself. Okay. All right, guys, I gotta roll. I've got to go. I will catch you all on the flip side.